Before winning millions, some lottery players reported the same bizarre patterns: repeated numbers, vivid dreams, and moments that felt almost supernatural. These aren't myths, they're real signs from real winners who have won over $100 million jackpots. Let's uncover the 12 signs that might mean your jackpot is closer than you think. Sign number 1. The numbers that won't leave you alone. Have you ever noticed certain numbers following you around on license plates, receipts, or the clock glowing 11:11 every night? Some call it coincidence, others call it a signal. Lottery winners often say it started this way, patterns too precise to ignore. Take Jerry Knott, a Canadian man who bought a ticket, tucked it into his wallet, and forgot about it. For weeks, he kept seeing the same numbers everywhere, on a store receipt, a billboard, even his hotel room door. When he finally checked his ticket months later, those familiar digits matched perfectly. The prize? $20 million. It's moments like these that make you wonder, are numbers just numbers? Or is something trying to get your attention? But this was only the first sign, and what happened next makes things even stranger. Sign number 2. Dreams that predict the jackpot. It's late. You drift into sleep, but something feels different. In the dream, your hands tremble as you hold the lottery ticket. Lights flash. Numbers float before your eyes, glowing like they've been waiting for you to notice. When you wake, your heart is pounding. The digits are still there, burned into memory. An Australian man once had this exact experience. He dreamt the numbers, scribbled them down, and played them the next morning. Those same numbers earned him $3.4 million. He called it a psychic message, one he couldn't ignore. Dreams might just be echoes of the subconscious, or maybe they're previews of what's coming. But sometimes luck doesn't arrive in sleep. It builds quietly, win by win, before the storm hits. Sign number 3. A lucky streak you can't explain. Before the jackpot ever hits, luck often leaves breadcrumbs. Maybe you've been finding loose change, winning small prizes, or things just seem to be going your way, over and over again. Some call it a coincidence, others say it's the universe testing your frequency. Take David Sirkin, a cancer survivor from Canada. He didn't win once, he won 4 times, collecting nearly $3 million in total. It started with tiny wins, a few hundred here, a few thousand there. Each time his gut told him, keep going. Friends laughed it off, but he said it felt like the world was slowly building him up to something bigger. Then came the 4th ticket, the one that changed everything. Sign number 4, strong gut feeling or intuition. You can't explain it, that whisper in your mind that says, buy the ticket. No logic, no reason, just a deep certainty humming in your chest. For Michael Schlamer of Kentucky, that feeling came when his car ran out of gas. With only a few dollars left, he ducked into a convenience store and, on a whim, grabbed a scratch-off. The odds were terrible, but the feeling wouldn't let go. Minutes later, he was staring at a $1 million win. He said it didn't feel like luck, it felt like guidance. Sometimes intuition is more than instinct, it's destiny whispering before it arrives. But sometimes the signs don't whisper at all. They crawl under your skin, itching to be noticed. Sign number 5, itchy palms or physical signs of fortune. Sometimes luck doesn't whisper, it tingles. Across countless cultures, an itchy right palm is said to mean money's coming in, while the left signals it's slipping away. Skeptics call it superstition, but for some winners, the sensation came moments before life changed forever. Take Mary Shamus, a Brooklyn grandmother, riding the bus one evening when her palms began to itch so intensely she couldn't ignore it. Remembering the old superstition, she got off at the next stop, walked straight into a store and bought a Mega Millions ticket. The next morning, she woke to the news. Her numbers had hit for $64 million. Was it coincidence or a signal she somehow felt before it happened? Either way, her story turned folklore into fact, proving that sometimes your body knows before your mind does. But physical signs aren't the only clues. Some appear right in front of your eyes. Sign number 6, finding lucky symbols or unexpected omens. A 4-leaf clover, a falling feather, a ladybug that lands exactly where you can't miss it. They might seem meaningless until they're not. Krista Castagna from Alberta found an old Lotto Max ticket buried in her wallet. She almost tossed it out, but something stopped her. That same week, she'd found a rare 4-leaf clover, and the date matched the ticket. When she checked it, the prize read $100,000. Sometimes luck doesn't knock, it nudges. But not every omen walks on clover. Some crawl, fly, or stare straight into your eyes before fortune strikes. Sign number 7, animal encounters and signs from nature. In many cultures, animals are said to carry messages from fate itself. A bird tapping on your window, a black cat crossing your path, a ladybug appearing in winter. For Sharon Johnson from Virginia, that moment came when she saw a lone ladybug crawling across her dashboard in the middle of January. She smiled, called it a sign, and bought a ticket that same afternoon. The next day, she won $150,000. She later said, "It felt like the ladybug was telling me not to miss my chance." Maybe the natural world is luck's quiet messenger, sending signals only the observant notice. But sometimes the universe doesn't just send signs, it creates coincidences so perfect you can't look away. Sign number 8, Synchronicities. You hear a radio ad about the jackpot. Later that day, a billboard flashes the same number. Then your friend texts, "We should play tonight." Coincidence or choreography? That's exactly how it unfolded for Catherine Jones of Ontario. In 2012, she kept hearing about an unclaimed $50 million prize everywhere she went, at work, on TV, even on her car radio. She didn't think much of it until lottery officials showed up at her door months later. She had been the missing winner all along. Fate doesn't always hide. Sometimes it echoes, louder and louder, until you finally listen. And when that echo hits, it can spark a feeling deep inside, a strange certainty that your story's about to change. Sign number 9, a sudden urge or feeling of richness. It hits like electricity, that odd sense of wealth before it arrives. You haven't won anything yet, but you feel it in your bones. Confidence, calm, abundance. That's what Stephanie Villa from Quebec felt the morning she woke up with an unshakable urge to check her old lottery tickets. She hadn't played in months, but something told her to look. Buried in her purse was a forgotten ticket, worth $1 million. She said her intuition had been buzzing for days, like the win was already hers before she knew it. Sometimes luck doesn't arrive after the feeling, it follows it. But while some feel luck rise inside them, others manifest it into being with sheer belief. Sign number 10, positive mindset and manifestation vibes. When you stop wishing and start believing, something changes. You stop chasing luck and start aligning with it. Cynthia Stafford, a single mother from California, once wrote $112 million on a sticky note and placed it beside her bed. Every night, she visualized herself holding that check. 2 years later, she won that exact amount in Mega Millions. She didn't call it luck, she called it focus. Maybe manifestation isn't magic. Maybe it's the universe testing who's serious enough to believe before they see. But belief can travel, and sometimes it passes through the people closest to you. Sign number 11, a personal connection to a past winner. When someone near you wins, it changes everything. The dream feels real, like luck is in the air, waiting to brush off on you. For Christopher Safford from North Carolina, the spark came through his sister. She called one night saying she dreamed he'd found gold. He laughed it off but bought a ticket anyway. Days later, he hit $837,187. He said he could still hear her voice the moment the numbers matched. Maybe luck is contagious, passed from dream to dream, from person to person. And sometimes that energy strikes hardest when your life is already on the verge of change. Sign number 12. A major life shift or fresh start energy. Big wins rarely happen in stillness. They strike when everything's moving. New jobs, new cities, new beginnings. Cynthia P., a woman from New Hampshire, had just divorced, moved, and was rebuilding her life when she bought a Powerball ticket on a whim. It was worth $560 million. She said it felt like the universe was sealing the start of a new chapter. Sometimes the jackpot doesn't end the story, it starts it. When your life begins to shift and the old starts falling away, pay attention, because that's often when destiny writes its boldest twist. When life begins to shift, pay attention. Sometimes that's when destiny writes its boldest twist. In conclusion, whether it's numbers that follow you, dreams that haunt you, or that sudden spark of intuition, pay attention. You never know when your next gut feeling might be worth millions. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button to attract some good fortune your way, subscribe for more mysterious and mind-bending stories, and comment below, which of these signs have you experienced? Your story might be the next one I tell.